Good morning. Welcome to Gulfstream today on this beautiful, picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. We've got the gang all here. We have 11 races. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you. We've got a fast track, firm turf course. Pete is always fast. The Portofino Bay handicap today. I hear that's a big deal in Turkey. And, just kidding. I don't know. How are you?
I'm good. Fun weekend here. $200,000 Rainbow Six today, and of course a mandatory day tomorrow where everything must go. Carry over about $87,000, and then there you see it there. Sunday, June 29th, estimated pool. One more day
Big
left,
day.
and yeah, everything's going tomorrow on that kind of the last card before the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah, very exciting. Amazing. We're halfway through the year already, and before you know it, we'll be sitting here telling you how excited we are for the championship meet.
You said it.
Yeah, so got a lot to do before that, but we're going to kick things off on our path to this awesome Saturday with the early pick 5. Not a lot of scratches just as a whole in the card. Only one race really kind of got affected, but the maiden claiming race here, mile and the 16th on the Tapeta. The 3 is out of this race, and let's see what you did in the pick 5. We've got 3 of them today.
Take a look at it now, and $41 and $40.50. That's
Nice.
the oddball kind of single in the opener here in race number 2. The top pick is the 9 Thunder Princess. In race number 3, down on the inside with the 1 Haberdashery. Race number 4, the top pick is the 3 I Love Ines. I tried to get her as my long shot. I guess it might have been 2 weeks ago now. Now she's back today. And in race number 5, I do scratch into the 9, and that is Ensign Parker. Ensign Parker.
Are you doing that to me?
I am doing that to you.
All right, well, I see we're choosing violence to start the day. That's fine. We'll get you to come around. All right, so take it away with your single here. This is my top pick as well, Spit the Bit. I think you liked this horse last time, right?
I did. I think I picked
he was
this
like your
horse.
long shot, I think.
Yeah, and he's still running, but now back on the Tapeta, I think is obviously the good thing here.
Yeah.
That was a good 4th, 2 starts back. You know, you get Antonio Sano, who's winning again, and Edgar Zayas, and especially with the scratch of Game of Power, this horse is going to be a very short number by post time.
Yeah, hard to really look at him and think that when he was 17-1, almost, just double digits. But yeah, he is the one to beat. You have the 4 in the mix here, Vacoen. The grass races were way harder than this.
Yeah, they're way harder than this, and now he's going to run long on Tapeta for the first time. So I'll just try the old Sano, Exacta, because his one Tapeta race wasn't terrible. Sticky McSchnickens, as this turned into saw him yesterday, pretty nice horse. So.
Yep, and De La Cayes, man, this poor Jeff Engler barn. The horses are running well, but he just can't get a win right now. It's very unfortunate. But hey, maybe this is one on a little bit of a cutback now.
Cut back from 9 furlongs. You don't see it often on the Tapeta, back on short rest. Didn't really run poorly with the way the race kind of unfolded. And to be beaten just 3 lengths wasn't a bad effort.
Nope, not at all. We'll move on to race number 2. It will start that early pick 4. We've got some good grass racing because we're going to take a little break after this weekend just to replant the seeds. Ron's very good and savvy with knowing how that all works, the inner makings of the turf course. But it's a mile on the grass course, 52 feet. It is the start of an early pick 4. Brian will tweet that ticket out. And again, we've got 3 of those today as well. The rails are at 52 feet. And Thunder Princess for you. I like this because OKC, baby.
Oh, all right. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay because she ran very well from a similarly poor post last time. She was all the way out in the 10 hole in that spot, but she's got enough speed to get position. And this was her first start here on the turf at Gulfstream. And I thought she handled herself quite nicely coming over here to the big leagues, and to be beaten 4th, beaten just 3 lengths is not a bad effort at all. And honestly, I think it's the definitive race in here because there's not a lot in here. They might bet the 3. That's fine. It wouldn't shock me if she's a favorite, but that turf race is the one. I would have picked your horse. I just don't like the layoff. Kind of bugs me.
No, I agree completely. And Thunder Princess, I feel like these horses from Tampa that have a start over this turf course, the next race is a good one. So not to say that was a bad one, but I think that it just improves. Lily's back, I don't necessarily trust her at all, but she is a 4-year-old.
Sure.
So I feel like that helps. It's first off the claim. Ron Spatz doesn't really claim a lot of horses, but he owns this gal as well. So I like the fact that we're going to get onto the grass, and we'll see how she fares.
Yeah, Ronnie reclaimed this horse too,
yeah,
so that's a
exactly.
positive sign. Now, obviously, you know, something went amiss. We don't know what it was. She's worked, you know, she's got one work.
I know, it's kind of interesting,
like,
right?
Ugh. But I mean, if she can get back to the race in September, and that is a big if, that will win this race.
Yeah, it will, but it's just a matter of will she do it. Pharaoh's favorite, or you're fading completely, but they're going to bet this horse, right?
Absolutely. Wouldn't, you know, she's your second choice on a morning line. Wouldn't shock me in the least if she's your favorite, but you know, she is by Wee Miss Artie, so there's a lot of turf in her pedigree, but I haven't seen anything so far that says.
And you know what's funny though? But Wee Miss Artie only 10% with turf.
That is shocking.
I know. I was confused at that because I wanted to try to make her at first blush, but yeah, after I saw that, it's not the best. Now, race 3. It will start a middle pick 5. I have the ticket for that here today, and Ron's got the middle pick 4 ticket, and there's no CAWs involved in this wager. I've got a $48 play. I didn't find this sequence to be easy. None of the horizontals today I found to be quite easy, if I'm being honest. Race 4, I'm singling I Love Innis. We'll get to that race. That's a puzzle to me. Race 5, I did lose my best bet of Red River Rebel. But I scratched into the 3 rough draft. Race number 6, I have the number 2 Julie's Legacy, but I am spreading a little bit there. The dirt races, I feel like, and I think you can agree, you have to kind of, if you can buy them, or maybe just lop 1 or 2 off. And in race number 7, I have my long shot. Wait, I don't know for sure. Let me see. I'm looking. 20-1. All right, it's the 7 Bottomless Mimosa.
There you go.
Sorry, I made you wait at the edge of your seat for that one, but it's a proper long shot. All right, 62.50 claimers, 6 furlongs on that fast main track here. The times have really picked up on this dirt course just because we got a little bit of rain, so that's good. I mean, we needed it for sure, so it's good to see that. The 1 for you.
Yeah, Haberdashery had a big number last time. Surprised. Kind of doing what Samantha talked about with the turf horse. Second start over the Gulfstream track was good for him. He's actually 3 for 8 over the surface as well. He's got to back it up. It's actually a little bit of a drop for him. You know, you could easily see him bouncing or regressing, but I don't really trust anyone in here. We're going to show you the cross haste race in a second. So I thought that race on the whole was pretty solid, and I'll come back to him today.
Hey, I don't blame you there. I'm kind of doing what you're doing, just picking a horse that's not in the mix at all. Now, I couldn't see anything on this horse, but if there's one thing I love, it's a horse. Well, first off, he's a gelded horse from Chile, which is great because the South American horses are so big and blocky. They're built like brick houses. Blinkers go on, but he's going to get Lasix on for the first time, and that's one of my favorite angles with an older horse getting Lasix. He wasn't a killer over there in Chile by any means, but I like the work that Amador Sanchez does with horses in the U.S. for the first time.
Yeah, the thing that rubbed me the wrong way is he's at the bottom. And, you know, Amador usually gets real horses when he gets, so my gut says this horse can't run at all. Okay. But if he can run a little bit, he can make a dent in here.
Well, that's what you have to think of. We'll look at the replay of Mayhem in the Palace and Cross Haste here. Cross Haste was disqualified. What do you think?
I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. There's a lot going on here. Mayhem in the Palace was coming on. I don't really, you know, he's all over the place, and the 4 checks up, surely. Was the 4 going to win? I don't really think so, but there was an issue here, and I don't have a problem with it. Unfortunately, I think the result would have been the same, but that's not really that's not the job of the stewards to try to predict what was going to happen. There was a foul there.
Exactly.
You know, I have no problem criticizing, as you probably all know. I don't have any problem not criticizing the job they did there.
I thought Golden Skull ran sneaky there. My only problem with Golden Skull is he came back again not even a week later.
Yeah, he just, the running styles.
Yeah, it is. Yep, I agree. So a bit.
No speed.
No, and that's a big problem, especially on this dirt course. Race 4. It is a start of a middle pick 4, and we have Ron Nicoletti's ticket here. He's been on duty with this and doing quite well, and I'll let you take us through his ticket.
So 3 deep here for Ron. He's got no singles, which kind of backs up what Samantha was talking about, and that this The interior horizontals, maybe even the horizontals in general, quite honestly, are not easy today at all. So, if you're thinking about a rainbow, and you'll show you Ron's ticket in a minute, jump in, because at a pool, if they bet 100 into it today, 100 and a quarter, you're eligible to have a chance at sweeping this thing with some chaos.
Yeah, and yesterday we stretched these 2-year-olds out, but these gals today will stay sprinting at the 5 furlong distance here. We both are on I Love Innis, who, I thought she ran a lot better than it looked like on paper.
I agree with you. Totally.
She tried hard.
Yeah, 41-1 on debut. The scratch of Goldie Glory, it's kind of twofold for our horse, because we probably won't get 6-1, but the other speed came out of this race. And I Love Ines was chasing hot splits. I think she can make the front. I know she can make the front in here now, especially with the scratch of Goldie Glory. The big drop here as well. And I agree with Samantha. She was beaten just 6.5 lengths at 41-1 in a maiden special weight after she chased early. You could have easily said, you know what, she was going to be beaten 25 lengths, packing it in badly. So I think she's really live in here today.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, just with the speed, it just will play so well on this. The rest of the field is a bit of a question mark. Empire Grace, she sold at the Texas training sale in April. That's at Lone Star. Nolan Ramsey, he bought a couple horses from there. I just wanted to show the work. These classic Empires, they're not very big in size by any means, but they're pretty athletic. And she clocked 10-4 here, but this is a different type of track than like you see at the Fasig-Tipton. It's certainly not Tapeta. So, but I thought she was pretty athletic here, Brian. Nothing about this was really, I thought she's built well. She did everything professional, and I think that's worth something in this field.
Well, without a doubt, and speed's going to play if she's going to bring that to the turf, to be sure. Nolan, it's big Tapeta drill on 6:14. Nolan is so good. He's 0 for 14 with first-time starters, which is kind of odd. It's not the biggest sample you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And he's 5 for 12 turf sprinting, so there's kind of things clashing a little bit here. She is your morning line favorite, regardless of who is going to be favored. This is a horse that should be bet, so you want to watch the tote board on her.
Yeah, I asked Nolan about this gal actually on Sunday, because you know me, I'm nosy, and just asked what he thought about her, and he was like, yeah, she's not bad. He didn't seem like super over the moon about her. He was like, I only got 2 gate works in her, and I don't think he was too happy that he was only 1 gate work in her. So he said but she broke quickly, so you couldn't see it, but you got
to be quick. That's for sure.
Exactly. The 8 Mariette, I know you and Ron both have this horse in the mix. This horse sold. He's 21-4. Ocala Stud stole this horse. He's pretty cheap looking, if you ask me, and he was really labored on the turf. I hope he shows improvement. To me, this is not a horse you need on your ticket, but you do what you want. Not you specifically, the proverbial you.
Yeah, I like these guys. The job that Tariq Mubarak has done has been pretty good. She's in for 35, so I think that's positive, but maybe she's just to get a start too.
Yeah, that's fair. Race 5, one more before the Rainbow 6, 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's a $10,000 claiming event. We scratched the 2 Red River Rebel, and that really shook things up. And we have the scratch of the 7, a more Lejano as well. The 9 for you, Ensign.
Yeah, I scratch into old Ensign Parker. Big drop for this horse, no doubt about it. Comes out of a race where 3 zeros got it going a little bit. Mr. Narcissus, all these horses would be giant favorites, and he very well likely could be, they'll bet readier. So he's going to be your probably second choice. And with the scratch of Red River Rebel, I mean, he's a huge move up big player now.
God, he has no early speed. He closes. He leaves himself too much to do.
Yeah.
That's my problem with him.
It's a definite issue, to be sure.
Yeah. You don't have the 3 anywhere. Rough Draft. I do scratch into Rough Draft, though. The Carlos Narvaez barn has done well off the claim. Hey, he's exiting the same races. I don't know.
He'll be a square price.
Yeah.
I think the big deal I think here is we're against Readier.
That's the truth. Right. Yeah. Readier here. Now, I will say this. The 1 hole I thought played decent on the Tapeta yesterday, but that could change. So.
That could change. He's going to have to figure something out from down there. He's the best horse, I mean, clearly, but he cuts it thin. He's won 2 races by a neck and a nose of late, and sometimes that comes back to bite you a little bit. You know, he's going to be something to 5 in here now with the huge scratch of Red River Rebel. So this is going to be a short number to take on him, and I don't know, Edgard lands somewhere else. He always rides for Mary Lightner.
Exactly.
I know he rides for Safi too. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, let's talk about that Ready for a Fight race. I watched this. I probably spent way too much time rewatching this replay. It was everybody who was up front early was last late. Everybody closed. This horse was never going to go by.
No,
never.
Total
at any
meltdown
point.
Race.
Yeah, exactly. Which you don't typically see sprinting on the Tapeta. So I thought that's why I kept rewatching it. Like, what happened here?
Right. Just look next door to Christensen because he was 3rd in the race, and you can see where he comes from. And, and so they did go wild early.
They did.
So they're not going to be as far back, but Ready for a Fight, he's got issues with his running style because, as Samantha said, it's not going to fall apart like that. You can't bank on Tapeta sprints falling apart.
No, because that was like the exception, not the rule.
Exactly.
There. Now we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have Ron Nicoletti's Rainbow Six ticket on this 11 race card tomorrow, though. We've got a mandatory payout regardless of what happens today. We'll be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you on this picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. It's so fun to be here. It's toasty, but it feels good with the breeze, Brian. We've got a mandatory Rainbow 6 tomorrow, but today Ron Nicoletti, Rainbow Ron, put together the ticket. We'll take a look at it here.
He likes that too, you know.
He does. I love it. I thought that was awesome that
So-
you came up with that, so good on you.
So $36 for Ron. That's a kind of a weird number as well. You can see he's dabbling a little bit early, and then in race 10, and I agree with him. Race 10, we're going to obviously get to it. Very important to note the 13 and the 14, they draw into this race, and they're 5 and 6 to 1 respectively on the morning line. So they are players in that race, and that's very important, and Ronnie added both of them. And in race number 11, there's his single, 11 Bravo, and I get it. The 2 Safi runners are going to dominate the betting, I would assume, at least in that race after they just ran 2-3 on the line to each other, 11 Bravo and Abuelo, but he's just going with 11 Bravo, and we'll actually show you that replay. $36 to Ron, and as Samantha said, it all goes tomorrow, but today we'll have a big pool as well. They're estimating $200,000.
We had a single yesterday, too.
Oh, that's right, the one horse in the finale.
Yeah. And that horse at the top of the stretch did not look without a prayer either.
Sure.
So just some food for thought there, but not easy today at all. I thought so. 6.5 furlongs allowance, optional claimers here. It's a good one too, and it's a bit of a puzzle. The 5 Pop Rocks. You love this filly.
Well, I'm just not picking Julie's Legacy. Okay, she was my bet. Well, what is she doing in here for 20? We'll get to that in a second. Listen, Julie's Legacy could be 1 to 5 in this race.
Yeah.
All right, so you get value on anybody else. Pop Rocks is looking way up at her.
Yes.
I'm stabbing, admittedly stabbing, but the win 2 back was good. That's the only dirt start for Jose Pinchin, and boy, Jose's rolling right along. What a year he's had, not just a meet, but what a year he's had, and she's going to be a number in here, and you want to talk the definition of bad vibes? I would have said to you Julie's Legacy will be in a stakes race next time before she's in for 20.
I get it. But, well, she's winning. I mean, why? If here's the thing, she was in this exact same condition when Victor Barboza claimed her.
I get that, but then he claimed her. I don't know, unless the tag's off today. I'm seeing 20 in here. So.
Well, yeah, but
she wins by 5.
But what stake race are you going to go with her here in the summertime?
Just any overnight or something. I just thought that she wouldn't be in a spot like this. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, to be fair to her, and I know you're not taking anything away from her, she's run well in both of her starts. I don't trust her at all.
She'll lap this field if she's ready to roll.
Yeah. But I mean, I catch your drift here.
I mean, she's just going to be a wildly short price. So.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of this is your single in the rainbow right here. For a lot of people.
Oh, okay. So to say for who?
For a lot of a lot of people.
Yeah, not for us, but let's look at the race of Timely Reward, St. Olaf Rose, and then Puckard. Puckard got a dream trip because Puckard did not do Puckard did not do anything until this point of the race, Brian, at all. Like this is like the dream trip of the century here.
Yeah.
Timely Reward, I've always been against this gal, and it's played really well for me because they bet her really hard last time, but she did do all the dirty work up front. I will say that. And St. Olaf Rose was on the rail, so someone had to be third, and that was St. Olaf Rose.
I agree with everything you said, and that's why I didn't put Puckard in second, or I certainly didn't pick her. I don't trust that race. But to be fair, she was back on dirt last time, and she actually ran really, really well behind St. Olaf Rose in April on the main track. And St. Olaf Rose is a shadow of the horse she was back then. So
yeah, that's fair. But she's still she's sneaky. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough here for this task. Race number 7. A lot of things going on here. We're on the grass course. We have the Tropical Turf Pick 3 starting here. We'll show that very quickly. A 15% low takeout, a $3 minimum. This is a little bit more than I would want to put in it, but it's just one of those races. Race number 9, I do have B4 on top. That's stealing bases, and in the finale, I'm just trying to maybe take some speed horses. 11 Bravo, that was Ronnie Rainbow's single, and At Work for Joe Orsino, going to stretch out. We'll take a quick look at my late pick 5. It's $72 here. Now, they told me that. I didn't come up with that myself by any means. But race 10, this was a tough one for me, especially with the horses that drew in too. So that makes it a bit of a tougher situation. I have Strand of Gold on top, but I'm not too convinced there. But this 7th race here, Brian, it's not easy. There's a lot of stuff going on. 5 furlongs. We have a clean field of 8 in this spot here. Where'd you start with? You started with the 8.
I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't think there was. Honestly, I didn't think there was much in here at all.
No, I agree. I mean,
her turf race last time is going to.
Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, we've got it actually. This will win this race easily, unless somebody just really jumps way up. She ran fine. She was third, beating a length in this spot. She was 6-5. It was her first start on turf since February. To me, it's as much her as it is the other 7 gals in here, because I just, quite frankly, I didn't really see much at all.
No, and that was on our last mandatory Rainbow Day 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is why I went with the long shot here. Bottomless Mimosa. Going to try something new. I think that 5 furlongs is a bit sharp here, but she does have some speed, which helps. Like you said, the Antonio Sano barn is starting to click over with some victories now. And like you said, this isn't the strongest race.
No, not at all. She's going to be a good number. Antonio's been winning of late. I do like the fact that, this is her 7th start, and they're still not willing to dangle her for a tag just yet. So who knows? Maybe she could wake up a little bit.
Love, actually, this gal, play her at your own risk. She's one that, you have to use horizontally, but watch her on the track, because she can be very, very naughty. She can drop riders.
Yep.
They put Edwin Gonzalez on today. He might fit her well because he's got a little bit more leg. And when I say that, I mean, like, when horses feel legs around them, sometimes it's like a comfort thing. It's interesting. But she can be a bit of a head case, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And listen, her sprint races are very solid. I don't think they're enough to win this race. But if the favorite has a bad day, then anything goes in here, and she's one of the ones.
All right, race 8. It is the Portofino Bay handicap. Unfortunately, it's scratched down. It's now 4-horse field. O'Darlin and Tiffany Gold are out Let's look at your ticket.
Quick late pick 4 here, single Miss Gambellini. The
Nice.
spread, in race 9, the spread is that one there. Ocala Rocket is my long shot. We'll take a stab there. Race 10, I've got the 6 on top. Strand of Gold with you, no conviction whatsoever. And in race number 11, I'm with you as well because I don't really love the 2 Safi horses at work on the stretch out. Maybe we get dangerous if Edwin wants to go early.
Well, this, like I said, is scratched down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, I always had Great Venezuela on top, and did you always have Miss Gambellini? No, you had Tiffany. You like Tiffany.
No, I had
saw
Miss
your video.
No, I have Miss Gambellini.
You did?
Yeah,
okay.
She's my best bet.
Oh, all right. Well, go for it.
Yeah, I just think she's just way better than these horses.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I think the thing
good.
people might overlook, she's a turf horse. Her Tapeta debut was
So
awesome.
rare.
So that's all. She was 5 lengths the best last time. And she had a tough trip.
Yeah, she did. Missed the break.
Missed the break. And
you agree with me now? I said it was a tough trip, and at first you just said, "Oh, they're off, you lose." You give me some attitude.
well, that
about
is
it.
a tough trip. They're off.
Well,
you
yeah,
lose.
but it was still there was some more going on.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And I'll just say Edgar Zayas is riding today.
There we go.
She would have won last time.
Yes. All right. Thank you. I'm glad that now. I know you'll never say I'm right in hindsight, but I'll say it for you. I was right. Great Venezuela, 5 for 6 on this
Yeah.
Tapeta. She's game.
Loves it.
Loves
She's okay on turf too, but she's much better
Exactly.
on Tapeta.
So, and she's drawn on the outside of Miss Gambellini.
Yes.
But if Miss Gambellini shakes loose, whatever. Everybody's running for second, in my opinion. Race 9, 17.5, non-winners of 2, lifetime on the grass course, a mile and a 16th here. We've got a clean field. You've got the 9 on top. That's funny. I originally had the 9 on top. I switched it this morning because I had second thoughts. So go for it.
Well, I mean, she's 1 for 15, but she's also 1 for 1, and that was with Ronald Coy, and it was a really good win last time.
Was, yeah.
Beating nobody, didn't do it, and didn't break any stopwatches. But there's no world beaters in here on the rise, and she should be a square price in here, too. I like this barn, so I'm going to come back to her.
That's fair. Look, she's coming off of a big victory, and that's more than a lot of them can say. Stealing Bases and Son of a Slew. I wanted to show this just because I thought that Stealing Bases ran a sneaky good race here.
Yeah.
Just ran really hard every single step of the way. Now, Son of a Slew kind of got tripped out a bit more because of the hard work Stealing Bases did, and their Stealing Bases, the gray. Son of a Slew comes from out of it. There he is. He's a 3-horse there, but he galloped out really well. But Stealing Bases never threw in the towel, and that's what I like.
Oh, he ran a way better race than Son of a Slew. That's why you got to watch these
Yes.
races. I mean, he finished behind him, but he ran way better than Son of a Slew, and he's your 5-2 morning line favorite. The point being, that's why you're allowed to look elsewhere. That's why I'm taking a long shot. But he did run very, very well.
Yeah, he did indeed. I cannot agree more with you there. Race number 10, a mile and a 16th on the Tapeta track. We have a scratch of the 1, Compass Rises, and the 9, Kiki Love. And what that means is the 13 and the 14 do draw in, and the gang is literally all here. Both of us on the 6 Strand of Gold.
Very important to note that those 2 horses, they're win candidates.
Yep.
To be sure, that's not a 30-1 drawing in. Those are win candidates. You got to go way, way back. But Strand of Gold for a different trainer, Nolan Ramsey, ran a pretty good 4th at a $75,000 overnight on the Tapeta back last August. So we're coming up close to a year on that, but Carlos Narvaez has gotten good races for him on the turf, and we talk about this a lot. And he's going from 20 to 10, so that's a big deal first and foremost. But if you're going from 20 on the turf to 10 on the Tapeta, yikes, that's a big drop for him.
You took the words right out of my mouth there. I'm surprised we have the exacta here. Parallel. Hey, if anything, there's speed here. You haven't seen her since Avoided Claim, though, in February.
I know, but it's Carlos David. If if she was 4 to 5 in this race, you wouldn't be shocked.
Let's show us that for her while you're talking about it. Go.
The barn's just winning everything.
Right.
Horses are moving up. They're running huge, and this is clear. The race clearly goes through Parallel, but Parallel hasn't been out since February 7th. Two scratched.
Oh.
Parallel's out.
Parallel's out.
Late breaking news.
Late breaking news.
Literally at 12:29 in the p.m.
All
well, that blows this up that much more. So Pete's upstairs. He's coming on in a second, but late breaking news.
Yeah, all right. Well,
2 Parallel, your 2-1 morning line favorite, is out of race 10.
Well, just kidding. Everything that we said about
That's
her
right.
is irrelevant now. Okay. We'll come back with picks with that. We'll update them on X. Race 11, the finale here. Maiden special weights on the turf course, going a mile and a 16th. And the rails again at 52 feet. The Hope Train, the number 4, is out of this spot here and at work. I'm glad you like this guy as well.
Well, I'm doing what you're doing. This is a horse that's going to get 2 turns. He's certainly bred for it. On top, outwork out of a Street Boss mare. He's shown speed, sprinting, chasing wild, hellacious sprints that we see turf sprinting out there. He's inside, very sharp, cagey rider, and Edwin Gonzalez. I'd like to think break running and try to pop this field.
Yeah, that's your path to victory.
Correct.
There. And with a mile and a 16th at first, I was like, it might be a bit pushing it too far, but honestly, you kind of get a more of a breather that way. So I think that it bodes well for them. Now, 11 Bravo, who else? Social Majesty and Abuelo were all tangling together last time out. The top 4 were in a blanket finish.
Yeah, and that's what bugs me a little bit.
Yeah, we'll look at the replay
right,
here. Yeah,
because Social Majesty, and I'm not trying to knock him, but he was 21-1 in this race, and he came back behind Culpa, who was
horrible.
The definition of the other Safi, at 22-1, and Social Majesty can't be found with a search party. So I'm just not going to think this is that good of a race.
Yeah, no, not really. I will say Abuelo did gallop out well there, but I feel I don't think it's enough. 11 Bravo, the good thing with him is he's got some tactical get to him if he wants to.
He better, because he's in a bad post position. That's for sure.
that is fair. The rails being at the 52 feet kind of makes it a little bit better, but I agree with you there. I have it, the 5, the 6, the 7, Union Rags, Gun Runner.
Yeah, I always think of you when I see that. These horses are not bred for turf.
Hey, yeah, I just, nope, and nope. You might look at the connections and go, maybe, but just trust me on this one. You don't need it here. That's 11 for us today. We'll take a look at the lightning round as it's Saturday. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the next week, Brian. And starting off with that mandatory rainbow.
The first 2 can kind of segue together. Tomorrow's a mandatory payout, and you can see it there, $1.25 million in the estimated jackpot, provided it's not hit today. And then the segue is the free PPs. Our friends at DRF have partnered with us. Everything's going tomorrow as well. But you can log on to the website and get free PPs for the Sunday card here. And, of course, that obviously encapsulates all the races tomorrow and all those mandatory must-go payouts, especially the Rainbow Six.
Very fun stuff. And, of course, next weekend to celebrate 4th of July, we have Fan Appreciation Weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend where we're going to have a photo booth, $3 food and drink specials. It'll be in Silks. It'll be in the Breezeway. We've got prize promotions. Fun day. Got 9 races on Friday.
Yeah, I said I had some friends coming today, and I said, you know what? I forgot, but next week is Fan Appreciation and $3 food and beverages. So
I heard you're having a hot dog eating contest.
Usually, I have that about every 2 nights, I think.
Oh, you're gonna get hot dogs from everywhere here. We'll find out. It'll be a lot of fun. The Tropical Turf Pick 3 today. A lot of turf racing action between today and tomorrow, but today it's 7, 9, and 11. Your best bet?
Yeah, we're going out with a bang on the turf. I love that.
Yeah.
We'll take that little break. Miss Gambolini, who's with the scratch in that race, that's not helping either. But it's still a fun, compelling race.
It is. I lost my best bet. Your long shot.
That is on the turf with Ocala Rocket in race 9.
All right, and I have Bottomless Mimosa for Antonio Sano. I know Ron likes those quite a bit. And speaking of Ron, he'll be out here for the opener, but we'll be with you all day long, guiding you through this 11 race card. It's a beautiful day here at Gulfstream Park. We've got great racing throughout the country. Good luck to the Gulfstream horses running at Churchill Downs today. Mindframe, who we got to see here, was cool. Do you have a Stephen Foster pick really quick?
It was Mindframe.
Is he out?
No, it was Mindframe. I'm saying it is him.
Okay. I was about to say. I think I'm going to go with First Mission.
Okay.
I think, but it's an interesting race. Very
Fun
fun race. All right. Well, that's it for us. We'll send it upstairs. Pete Aiello, I'm sure, has all of the scratches and the changes for you updated, and we will see you back for the opener.